This is why I produce content every day. You might be watching my content every day, and it might be this conversation with us in the vlog that is, that's very meta. This might have been the one. This might have been the one. On this day, because of a conversation you had last night, because of the weather outside, because of a news headline, because of the patterns of how the 4 Instagram posts came in your feed, it might just be the time you finally do what the fuck you're supposed to do.
Like people like me and like my age, like about like patience and like what are you like what is
right
patience like going through it or like staying patient like consistently?
I get it. That's exactly right. Like that's why I came up with macro patience, micro speed. Right? You gotta go fast every day. You gotta go slow every year. And that fucks with people. You're asking a different question. You're asking when's the time to jump in the pool? When's the time to kiss the boy? When's the time, to get married? You're talking about like when's the time to take the training wheels off the bike? When's the time to fucking live your life? That's probably why I make content. The answer is I don't know. Nobody knows. There's no right answer. There's that moment in time.
I see.
This is why I produce content every day. You might be watching my content every day, and it might be this conversation with us in the vlog that is, that's very meta. This might have been the one. This might have been the one. On this day, because of a conversation you had last night, because of the weather outside, because of a news headline, because of the patterns of how the 4 Instagram posts came in your feed, it might just be the time you finally do what the fuck you're supposed to do. And I think a lot of people think of it as like quit your job and go do your journey, right? Things you're thinking about, others. I think of it a little bit different. Sometimes it's
like practicality.
That's exactly right. Sometimes it's like, I've been doing this nightlife and t-shirt thing for 7 years. Why don't I go work for something smart for a year, reset? Why don't I go travel? Why don't I sell my home that I don't use 90% of, take that money, get an apartment, and then do something with that money? So to me, it's not just like the fancy sizzle of like, now jump into the rest of your life. It's also like audit, understand what you need, break up with that person, marry that person. Start your career, go back to corporate for an hour, aka a year or two, to reset. Like,
I see.
Just do. It's the indecisiveness. It's the indecisiveness that is the poison. Because you can always undo.
That is true.
The biggest thing about doing is the undoing that people don't see. I'm always like, okay, good. And then like, if you fail, go back. But people don't want the scarlet letter. They don't want the judgment. This is why you have to tune everything out. Because if you can go and start your t-shirt brand or your pin brand or your video blog and it fails, if you just think you can go back to it, well, that sounds cool. But if you feel like, oh, but then everybody's gonna clown on me and say, like, then if you're pessimistic moms will be like, see, I told you could never do it. If you can't get over that, then you're fucking stuck. You're not gonna change evolution and technology. You just need to figure out how to ride it so it doesn't kill you. And by the way, I mean this, collecting the energy of the room, thinking about what we talk about here. I mean this, I don't think it's bad. If you're not capable or willing to up your game, put in the work, hustle, you should lose. It's how you won. But everybody fights hard for 30 years and then wants to hold up. Athletes, you know what I hate about business that I love about athletes? When you're the best athlete in the world, you get the results. When you get to 36 and a younger lion comes along, you lose. In business, we have this weird bullshit that we're supposed to be rewarded at the end. Fuck you. I mean it. Fuck you. You didn't fucking take this internet serious for the last 20 years. Why the fuck should you be rewarded? Yeah, fuck. That's the game. That's the game. What, you should be rewarded that you understood some town was gonna be good and you got a great 30-year lease and you locked it in, you got rewarded for that, then why shouldn't you be fucking not rewarded for fucking completely dismissing the internet as this little thing? It's the fucking world. This is fake. This is secondary. This is primary. Eat it. Live it. Understand it. That's the truth. You don't like it? Fucking deal with the ramifications. You're gonna lose.
Help me welcome Jordan Palmer, Gary Vaynerchuk.
Thank you, Taylor. Audio good? Everyone hear me all right? Beatbox. Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, man.
We'll start it in like somebody who's at 1 million, somebody who's at 10, and somebody who's at 50. Depending on where they're at, like what's a piece of advice you'd give to somebody who's at the early stage of 1 million, somebody's right in the middle, and then somebody who's really looking to scale?
You know, I think, first of all, to really answer it honestly, and it's a little more heady, but it's the truth. If I was sitting with one of you right now for 5 minutes, I'd want to know, what are you trying to do? You know, like, you know, what you're trying to accomplish is just an unbelievably important part. I think we get caught up in going from 1 to 5 to 5 to 10 to 10 to 20. You know, you get so caught up in the game. It's like the biggest reason I think people are struggling with social media. Literally, people are pandering to a like on an Instagram post, not on necessarily what they're trying to do. So I think first and foremost, at a macro, you need to understand, are you actually building your business to sell it? Because then you may care about, you know, the EBITDA and how much profit you're making, and so that advice is important. VaynerMedia is gonna do $170 million, and I'm not gonna make a penny. Like, I'm trying to pour it all back in. Literally, we may make zero profit this year, and it's because I don't want to sell it tomorrow, and I don't need the dividends from the profits in a year to change my lifestyle. So I mean this, it's really important. You have to know what you're doing and like why you're doing it. And by the way, you can change your mind. You could be sitting here and be like, I'm gonna change the world, you know, great. And then in 2 years you wanna buy an island, that's great. And everything in between. So first, what?
Hey Gary, my name's Johnny.
Hey Johnny.
A year ago, well, I'm currently actually still self-employed, but a year ago I was self-employed. I hated it.
Yeah.
I found your content. I was depressed and I had a lot of excuses. And in the last year, you have completely changed the way I think. I've gotten rid of all my excuses. I'm actually in contention for an internship here. I don't even have it yet. I'm 27, so I've still got 3 years to eat shit. And I just want you to know I legitimately appreciate your content so much.
Thank you, man.
And rather than being a number 1 in a small pool, I'm going to be number 13 at a big one.
Super fucking smart, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome, brother. That means a lot to me. You know, it's funny. I really appreciate that. And it was one of the great things about producing content every day and vlogging is you stumble on shit. You know, and I'm as emotional about this as you are. It's fucking crazy. Like, we built entrepreneurship up too much the other way. We overcorrected, and you've got everybody under fucking 25 thinks they need to be an entrepreneur. The fact that hit you, it's real, man. Like, man, I almost wish I was number 13 at Facebook. You know, like it makes me super happy. It's all about self-awareness. My opening line was about self-awareness. What are you up to? Do you know how many people, bro? You know what my new one on this is? Because the reason I'm emotional about this is, man, you got fucking trucks too? You know, it's super powerful. I think I'm also getting a little bit more emotional because that one, look, my life is so fucking awesome right now. Like, do you know what it feels like to get 20,000 messages a day of like, you made my life better? It's just fucking, you know, I don't even know how to it's almost difficult to like comprehend. I've got a new one that has been really like kind of like similar to that, and like I know that it's going to work. I know that there's so much opportunity for people to become more self-aware and figure themselves out, and it's going to help so much. And the new one I figured out is There are so many people that would be so much happier making $27,000 less a year, and the only thing they have to do is sell their current home where they only use 18% of the home anyway, and buy a home that has 2 less bedrooms so they don't have to have the job that is paying to maintain the lifestyle that they've propped up for themselves, and their life will be like disproportionately better. I'm gonna fucking pound that content. I'm gonna figure out some clever way to really penetrate, similar to Close Your Eyes Until You're 29, shit that people remember. I'm gonna fucking change the game on this one, because it's a big one. Because there's a lot more people living that than what you, like, as many entrepreneurs as there are that should be employees, there's way more people that basically build a life around how much they're earning, get to a place where they hate what they're doing to earn, have the opportunity to still do something that earns $20,000 less that they love, but they're golden handcuffed by worrying about what car they drive or where their house is, because they actually care about other people's opinions, and nobody has the gear to take a step backwards. The inability to take a step back, to take 4 steps forward in happiness based on other people's opinions of watching you take a step back, blows my fucking face off.